Dzień dobry. That's the end of my Polish. I apologize. Don't worry about the box. We're going to get to the box in just a minute. Just ignore the box. Don't worry about the box. It's not important right now. You know how we're told that consumers today want short content? You know how we hear that? We hear things like, consumers today want short content. That's what we hear. We need short content. Or maybe you hear stats to back up this content. Like, I looked at all the stats, and the average YouTube video length is only 2 minutes and 24 seconds, which means we need to create content that's 2 minutes and 24 seconds or less, because people want snackable content. They want bite-sized, they want small content, real small content. I hate that word snackable, by the way. It's a terrible word. There are two plausible reasons we are told to keep our content short. The first plausible reason is that we are told our audience has the attention span of a goldfish. Yeah, 9 seconds, they tell us. The attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds. All the swiping and the scrolling we're doing on our phones has reduced our attention span to only 9 seconds. I recently went to one of those restaurants where you walk in and there's a giant fish tank right when you walk in. A giant fish tank. And I went to get a table, and they told me it was a 20-minute wait for a table. So they asked me to sit down right over here, right next to the fish tank. Like it was me and the fish tank. We were this close. Just me and the fish tank. And in that fish tank, amongst the clownfish and the seahorses, was a goldfish. This very goldfish. Sitting right here, staring at me in the face. And all of a sudden, he swims over to me, and he does this. Just instantaneously. Spits rocks in my face. And I'm like, wow, that's so weird. I've never seen this before. And guess what? He comes back and does it again. And I'm thinking, well, he's not going to do it again because goldfish only have a 9-second attention span. He's done. No, he's not done. He did it again. And again, and again, and again. For 11 minutes, this goldfish spat rocks in my face. This goldfish has an 11-minute attention span. We can watch the whole thing if you want. 11 minutes. We need to quit blaming the goldfish. Our audience is capable of paying attention as long as we grab and hold their attention. Quit blaming the goldfish. It's not their fault. The second reason we are told to keep our content short is that our audience has no time. I've got no time. Got no time to read emails, got no time to respond to your text message. I've got no time to read podcasts or watch them or whatever you do with podcasts. Got no time to watch videos. No time to read a book. I got no time. No one has any time. Yet these very same people will tune in, they will make time every Wednesday at 9:30 to watch Agent Gwiazdy. Did I say it okay? Agent Gwiazdy. I'll say it 10 times. They will make time to watch television shows, to binge watch on Netflix. They will watch an entire season of Stranger Things on a Saturday, yet they tell us they have no time. This is crazy. You see, the truth is, our audience will make time to consume content that maintains their interest. Our audience will make the time to consume content that maintains their interests. So we need to quit blaming the goldfish and stop worrying about the fact that they say they have no time. You see, in the world we live in, no one has done it better for longer than television. Television not only grabs our attention, but has the ability to grab and hold our attention. And as brands, as marketers, as media planners, we need to think about the lessons television can teach us so that we can not just grab people's attention for 30 seconds, but grab and hold it for as long as we want. That's the challenge. But it's a paradox, because in an effort to make our content shorter, we've eliminated every element that actually makes it interesting. In an effort to make our content shorter, we've eliminated all the things that make it interesting. We need to rethink the way we create content. And we need to think like television executives, because they know how to do it. Luckily for you, the solution to this problem is in the box. The solution to the problem, I should say, is the box. But this just isn't any ordinary box. That would be so weird. This, my friends, is a mystery box. Ooh. Say it. Let's try it again. You guys, I don't know if you didn't have enough coffee or what. Let's try it again. You ready? This isn't any ordinary box. This is a mystery box. Yes! Now, if you don't know what a mystery box is, that's okay. It's a real thing. I didn't make these up. Mystery boxes are a real thing. In fact, if you go onto Amazon, eBay, or Etsy right now, you will find 36,000 mystery boxes for sale. And a mystery box is quite simply a box that you order where you have no idea what the contents of the box are until you open the box. That's why they call it a mystery box. It's very well branded. It tells you exactly what it is. But this mystery box, it's not for me. No. This mystery box is for someone here in the audience. I ordered this mystery box, have no idea what's inside. And somebody here today is going to walk home or drive home or however you get home with the contents of this mystery box. Yeah. But there are 3 things you must know about mystery boxes before we open it. The first thing you must know about a mystery box is every mystery box comes at a price. You have to pay for the mystery box. I have to tell you that I spent 99 zlotys on this mystery box. 99. The second thing you must know about mystery boxes is that every mystery box, they must tell you the range for the value of the contents of the mystery box. So this mystery box, I am told, contains contents that are worth anywhere from 50 zlotys all the way up to 500 zlotys. That's interesting. And the third thing you must know about mystery boxes is that every mystery box comes with a theme. You could buy an iPhone lover's mystery box. You could buy a gardening-themed mystery box. This mystery box is for a busy media executive. That's the mystery box. That's what the listing said. It said busy executive, but I'm going to make it a busy media executive because I think it's the same thing. Yeah, I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, no one buys mystery boxes, Andrew. This is idiotic. Why would you do this? Well, if YouTube is any indication, not only do people buy mystery boxes, but they're so excited about the contents of the mystery box that they actually shoot and upload a video of them opening the box and share it with the world. 8.4 million people have not just purchased a box, but then shot a video and uploaded it to share the excitement and enthusiasm with the world. So I mentioned that this mystery box is not for me. It's for someone in the audience. I think we should figure out who that is. Maybe someone over here? Anyone over there interested in the mystery? One person. You need to work as a team, I think. How about over here? Anyone over here interested in the mystery box? I'm going to pick you, young lady with the blonde hair. What is your name? Claudia. Claudia, I can say it. I'm so happy. Thank you, Claudia. Claudia, do me a favor. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, hey, Andrew, please leave me alone, I didn't have enough coffee, and 10 being, I cannot wait to see what's inside that box. How excited are you? Hold up your fingers. 10! She's a 10! Yes! Give her a round of applause. Claudia is going to get the contents of this mystery box. Are you excited, Claudia? Yes, she is. She is a 10. Why is it that mystery boxes grab and hold our attention? How do they do it? Why would millions of people buy a mystery box? It turns out the mystery box uses the same key ingredient that television uses to grab and hold our attention. Let's do this. Let's look at a good piece of marketing, a good advertisement, and see if we can figure out together what that key ingredient is. Let's take a look at this YouTube pre-roll ad. Now, this is one of the most successful YouTube pre-roll ads in history. It's a Swedish ad for IKEA's campaign called Where Life Happens. And let's take a look together if you can figure out what the key ingredient is that makes the mystery box and television work. You guys ready? Here we go. It has subtitles, so make sure you read the subtitles. Here we go.
Ska vi verkligen kolla på det här? Du vet att du kan hoppa över det här. Det här kommer ta jättelång tid.
Nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. For 4.5 minutes, he washes dishes. Nothing happens. The average view time for this ad is 3 minutes. That's not the most amazing part. 39% of all consumers that were served this ad watched the entire thing. 4.5 minutes where nothing happens. That's crazy. Why? Why would people watch that IKEA ad for 4.5 minutes? Why would people buy a mystery box? They're paying good money for a box where they have no idea what's inside. Why? I don't understand it. All right, Claudia, let's take a look at what's inside your box. You guys paying attention? You ready to see what's inside? Let's pay attention, everyone. This is oh, jeepers. Pay good, close attention. You know what's weird about the phrase pay attention? We cannot buy attention. The phrase pay attention infers that you can buy attention, that it can be bought and sold. It's a transaction. It is not. We cannot buy attention. Attention is earned over time. Attention is earned over time. And sometimes we need to take a minute to slow our consumers down. And that's what television does unbelievably well. They slow people down to get them more excited about the content, to get them more emotionally invested. And that is why the mystery box and that IKEA ad work. Let's do this. Let me draw the key ingredient. Are you guys ready? The key ingredient to making the mystery box work, that IKEA ad work, and every television show you've ever seen work is this. Here we go. Oh, yeah. So good markers. All right. Any guesses? The key ingredient is not the cliffs, by the way. It's what's in between these two things. You see, on this side, we have what you know. What you know. And on this side, you have what you want to know. What you want to know. And the key ingredient that makes these things work is actually right in the middle. They call it the curiosity gap. The curiosity gap. That's the key ingredient. You see, curiosity gaps are very simple, and it's the secret to grabbing and holding any audience's attention. A curiosity gap is just a void between what we know and what we want to know. A curiosity gap is just a void between what we know and what we want to know. Let me do this. Instead of me telling you what a curiosity gap is, why don't we look at a curiosity gap in action? Let me tell you the tale of two watermelons, a case study in the power of curiosity gaps to earn an audience's attention. Let me show you the tale of watermelon number one. Now, the tale of watermelon number one starts with these two guys, Gavin and Dan. They're these slow-mo guys. They're from England, and they're very famous YouTube guys because every single week they upload a video of cool stuff exploding in slow motion. And one day, they decided to blow up a watermelon. That's right. They decided to insert a firecracker into the back of a watermelon and blow it up and then show it to us in slow motion. So let's take a look at how much attention we earn in just the tale of watermelon number one. Here we go. All right, what do we know? We know that they inserted a firecracker into the back of a watermelon. What do we want to know? We want to know what it looks like in slow motion because they're the slow-mo guys. So let's take a look. Wow, that is slow. That is slow motion, guys. And there you have it. In the tale of watermelon number one, we've created one simple curiosity gap and we've earned 18 seconds of our audience's attention. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Andrew, I thought you said we could earn a lot of attention by creating a curiosity gap, just a gap between what we know and what we want to know. That is not a lot of attention. You are right. That is why I must tell you the tale of watermelon number two. The tale of watermelon number two is very similar, except it started by these two. This is Chelsea and James from BuzzFeed, and they decided that they would also threaten the life of a watermelon one day, but they decided to do it live on Facebook at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, live on Facebook. And so instead of me explaining how they were going to threaten the life of a watermelon, let them explain it to you. Here we go.
This is our watermelon that we're going to try to explode using rubber bands. And right now we're at 90 rubber bands, and we've somehow gotten talked into sitting very closely to this, and I'm nervous.
I'm really scared.
So yeah, we're going to start.
All right. And there they go. One rubber band at a time. 20 minutes later, People were still watching the watermelon. In fact, there were 375,000 people watching the watermelon live on Facebook. And the comments started to roll in. People started to share their curiosity gaps as they started to watch the video. People started saying really smart things, like, I wonder how many rubber bands they have. That's a curiosity gap. Or, maybe it'll never explode. That's a curiosity gap. Or it'll explode while I'm not watching, I'm sure. I can't turn away. What we know is that they're going to explode a watermelon with rubber bands. What we want to know is, what does it look like when it explodes? 375,000 people. 40 minutes in, there were 800,000 people. 800,000 people watching a watermelon being murdered live on Facebook. What have we come to? And the comments kept coming in. The curiosity gaps kept coming in. People started asking really smart things. Like, I wonder where the fast forward button is. Or, I've invested too much time into this to stop watching now. Or, I've been watching you guys put rubber bands on. What am I doing with my life? But this one, this next one is my favorite one. So sad. So sad. So how much attention have we earned? We've earned 40 minutes of our audience's attention. 40 minutes by just creating a simple curiosity gap, a void between what we know and what we want to know. That's it. Well, what's the real difference between the tale of watermelon number 2 and the tale of watermelon number 1? Well, besides the fact that they earn 300 times the attention, besides the fact that they're both video, we can actually chart the difference. Let me draw the difference for you over here. Here's what we got. On the x-axis, we've got time, okay? Time. From the beginning of the videos to the end of the videos, all right? And on this axis, you have the second key ingredient to creating content that grabs and holds our attention. The second key ingredient that television has taught us how to use. And here it is. You see, it's T-E-N-S-I-O-N. Tension. 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 Curiosity gaps create tension. Tension is the emotional anxiety we feel when there's a gap between what we know and what we want to know. It's the emotional anxiety we feel when there's a gap between what we know and what we want to know. And let's chart the tale of watermelon number 1. In the slow-mo guys video, they very quickly raise the tension, very quickly, in just a few seconds. And then all of a sudden, we get that awesome explosion in slow motion. And how much attention did we earn? We earned 18 seconds of our audience's attention. What happens in the tale of watermelon number 2? Now, in the tale of watermelon number 2, they actually raise the tension a lot slower over time. And you end up with a watermelon with a bunch of rubber bands around it. And so far, we've earned over 40 minutes of our audience's attention. We've raised the tension over time. You see, I know someone sitting there saying, I would never watch a watermelon live on Facebook. That's just crazy, Andrew. Why would I ever do that? Let me explain what happens when you create a curiosity gap and you start watching this video. It's very hard to turn away because when you start out, you want to see what the watermelon looks like when it explodes. But when you see the first rubber band go on, you say, oh, it's not that rubber band. Then the third one, say, no, it's not that one. Then all of a sudden you're like, is it this rubber band? No, it's not. Is it this one? No, it's not. Is it this one? I think it's going to be the next one. Is it this one? It's not this one. Is it that one? I hope it's this one. This is the one. I can tell. Is it this one? I really think it's this one. I really have to go to the bathroom, but I got to watch this because I think it may be the next one. I don't want to miss this exploding. Is it this one? You see, something changes in your mind when you create curiosity gaps and you raise tension over time. What happens is that at the beginning, you just want to know what it looks like when it explodes. But the slow and steady growth of tension, that emotional anxiety you feel, transforms you into needing to know what happens. Right here, you need to know what happens. And this is the third key ingredient of creating content that grabs and holds our attention. This is what makes it work. You see, we create a need for closure. The greater the tension you create, the higher your need for closure. And your need for closure is unbelievably powerful. It's a deep desire for an answer to every question and a natural aversion to any ambiguity. You have to know what happens. You need to know what happens. Yeah. Now, there is one last element that I must tell you about. I feel obligated. You see, we saw this slow motion video of the watermelon exploding, but we haven't yet opened the mystery box. And it's very important that when we create content, we understand payoffs. You see, payoff is just the outcome or the conclusion of the content. It's the end of the show. Your content's payoff must be proportional to the tension you build. Your content's payoff must be proportional to the tension you've built. So for Claudia, this is what it looks like. She's been sitting back there, and she was like, I was a 10. And then slowly we've tried to raise the tension. We're like 30 minutes in. And right now she hasn't heard a word I said. She's just wondering what's in the mystery box. And we need to see if it pays off. If the outcome, well, the contents of this box are actually proportional to the amount of tension we've built. So, Claudia, you ready? You don't have to come up. I don't want, it's really silly. Usually. Let's take, you know what? I should have opened this like I was a YouTube celebrity girl, like a 16-year-old girl. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. You ready, Claudia? Oh my gosh, guys, it's me, Sparkles423. I'm so excited today. I just got my mystery box. It just came in the mail. You guys remember when I ordered the mystery box? Oh my gosh, it was so exciting. It just got here, and I can't wait to open it. And guess what? It's not for me. No, Claudia, my #1 viewer, yeah, she's getting everything in the box. I'm so excited about it. Claudia, high five, high five, high five, jump cut. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. If you want to see next week's, make sure you subscribe and like, and maybe upvote me. And if you have a comment about the mystery box, put it in the comments below, okay? Here we go. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. I watch too much YouTube, Claudia. Okay. Wow. There's a lot of there's a trash can for all your bad ideas, I guess. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's a notebook, an A5 journal. That's very nice. There's a bunch of pens. You must be a very busy executive writing with pens. There's a cash box in case you collect a lot of Swatis. I'll say that right by the end of this. There's a desk organizer. They must think you're disorganized. She just gave me one of these. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What the heck? It's an abacus, in case you can't count. I don't know why that's in there. That sounds like they're trying to get rid of stuff. There's a mouse pad with a beautiful vacation spot on it. That's really nice. Oh my Lord, there's a lot of stuff. Remember, it could be up to 500 Zwadi. There's a calculator in case the abacus is too slow. I don't know. It's a cat Post-it note dispenser. Yo, she gave it a big heart. There we go. And finally, no, there's 2 more things. There's a whole thing of colored Sharpies. And as a guy who just drew on a big piece of cardboard, I'm very excited about that for you. And there's a horse calendar for 2019. Okay, Claudia, did the payoff measure up to the outcome? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, I don't want to carry any of this home, and 10 being, I can't wait for cocktail hour, how excited are you? Just a thumbs up, a 1? No, she's a 10. There we go. Give it up for Claudia and the mystery box. You see, the payoff measured up to the tension we built. If I had strung her along for much longer, she might have gotten really upset and really not liked the contents, no matter how awesome it was. You see, we need to invite our audience to chase answers. We earn attention by inviting our audience just to chase answers. And if somebody ever says to us, our content is too short, we need to say and understand that what they're really saying is, I have no more questions. When someone says our content is way too long, what they're actually saying is, I have no more questions. Television, successful television, is never too long. Why? Because they always invite us to chase answers. And it's a great invitation, because if we eliminate our audience's desire to answer even one question, we eliminate their interest in our content completely. Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, hey, Drew, this is TV day. We haven't really talked about TV yet that much. I mean, you've been dropping it. So let's talk about television. Let's talk about how we can invite our audience to chase answers. Let's look at some lessons from television and the power of curiosity gaps at work. Let's take a look at a reality TV editor's look at Ice Road Truckers. Now, if you don't know what Ice Road Truckers is, that's okay. It's basically Ice Road Truckers. That's it. Very simple. Now, in reality television, they are masters at creating curiosity gaps. So let's watch one segment of Ice Road Truckers, and I want you to think if you can pick up on the beginning of a curiosity gap. How do they set up what the audience or the character desires? All right, here we go. You ready? Ice Road Truckers.
Here's the ice. Damn it. That's so slushy. Kent comes right across this lake, but what's between the shore to shore? Who knows? I'm nervous. Oh, yeah.
All right, there she goes. What does she desire? She just wants to get across the lake. She wants to get to Penunkalankanunkanan, or whatever it's called. It was the only thing in subtitles. That's because we have to get the audience involved by showing them something they desire. And that sets up a question. Will she make it? What we know is that she wants to get across the lake. What we want to know is, does she make it? And what they do in reality television to increase the tension over time is they masterfully edit this next segment. So listen to the music, listen to the voiceover, feel the tension as she crosses the lake. Here we go.
I want to make it across the ice.
As Lisa reaches the middle of the lake, where water falls to depths of over 200 feet,
Holy snap and pop.
the ice begins to splinter.
Yeah, it's groaning. It's not liking it today.
In case rigs break through,
It's loud.
drivers keep their doors open for a quick escape.
Man, it is cracking. It's something fierce. I can't go any slower.
I love watching your faces when that's going on. That is tension. That is getting us emotionally involved. And that's what television does better than any other medium. And they do it more regularly at higher and higher tension amounts. And reality TV is unbelievably good at it. Now let's take a look at an advertisement instead of a television show. And let's think about the tension it builds. But more importantly, I want you to just watch this commercial. It's a minute-long commercial for Bacardi. And I want you to just think of the question you need an answer to by the end of it. What do you want to know? All right? What do you want to know? Here we go, Bacardi.
mojitos have always been made the same way. Bacardi, the original mojito.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know? I know what Bacardi would like us to want to know. Maybe they want us to look up the recipe for a mojito. But here's the thing. The curiosity gap created in this commercial had nothing to do with the drink. If you're like millions and millions of people who saw this commercial when it aired for 2 months, the first thing you did was go to Google and type in what song is in the Bacardi commercial. It created a curiosity gap. What we know is this is a commercial from Bacardi. What we want to know is, what is that awesome song? And that song is this song. It's by Matt and Kim, and it's called Daylight. And this song had been recorded 3 years before that commercial aired. You see, television has the power to create a trend in an instant, in a very short amount of time. We need to harness the power of curiosity gaps to make a big impact, not just making Matt and Kim rock stars, that's really nice, but also having a massive lift in our brand. You're looking here at Google Trends, and you're just looking at the 40% lift in the difference between the people searching for Bacardi's song and Bacardi. All of a sudden, that song is associated with that brand in a deep way, and it's because of a curiosity gap. We need to embrace the second screen search, because within 120 seconds of an advertisement airing, brands can see up to a 75% increase in search. But we need to think like our audience. We need to get inside the mind of our viewers, because curiosity gap inspire our audience to take action. Curiosity gaps change the way we advertise in a connected world. Because we don't just need to grab their attention, we can now grab and hold it, not just on the television screen, but across devices. And we can do it at massive scale, but we need to embrace curiosity gaps. Even when it comes to calls to action, you guys might have seen this, but what I know is, I want to check out this Dyson. It looks like an awesome vacuum. What you want us to know is that I should go to Dyson.com/dog. Okay, maybe I will. But this is much better, because what we know is I'm still interested in the Dyson, but what we want to know is that I can search for Dyson. And that little trigger actually has a huge impact just in that ad. Just changing the trigger to inviting them to go on the journey, to make them think it's their activity, has a 24% increase in searches in just under 5 minutes from the brand airing the ad. That is powerful. Because curiosity gaps increase our need for closure. And our need for closure creates a moment of inspiration. A moment of inspiration sends us on a journey we never expected. Our need for closure is so powerful that we use our second screen multiple times in one television episode to close the gap, to go on journeys we never expected. We need to understand what they want to know. And that is the key to actually leveraging the power of television. It's the key to actually leveraging the power of entertainment in general. But wait, Drew, what about that watermelon? Yeah, let's check on it.
677.
It's gonna happen.
Baby. Oh, baby.
Nope, not yet. Nope, almost. I think they're getting close. It's pretty ugly. We need to leverage the power of entertainment to create moments of inspiration. Moments of inspiration that send people on a journey they never expected. The masters of moments of inspiration are Disney. Disney has the ability to create characters that we fall in love with, and then buy plush dolls because we love them so much. No one needs a Grover doll unless you fall in love with Grover. They are the masters of moments of inspiration. Let's just take one interesting case study. Let's look at Finding Nemo. Now, if you haven't seen Finding Nemo, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you should watch it. But Finding Nemo is an unbelievably good film, right? It did $868 million at the box office. It is the best-selling DVD of all time. And actually, it always will be because no one buys DVDs anymore. So that's a good trivia stat. Just remember that. It is great content. So many people consume the content. Now, shortly after I showed my 7-year-old niece Finding Nemo, we went to a pet store. And we were walking in the pet store going by all the aquariums. And every aquarium, she would stop there and say, I want a Nemo. I want a Nemo. Is this a Nemo? Is this a Nemo? Is that a Nemo? Is this a Nemo? I want a Nemo. Is that a Nemo? So my niece went home with a Nemo. My brother-in-law loves me, by the way. Why? Why did I go home with a Nemo? Because how can you say no to that face? It's the cutest little face ever. And I'm not the only one who did it. In fact, Finding Nemo created what they called the Nemo effect. Finding Nemo decimated the global population of clownfish. It got so bad that people were flying all the way to Australia, going into the reef, stealing the little clownfish, putting them in boxes and bags, and shipping them all the way over to sell to your kids. And it doesn't just sell clownfish. When you buy a clownfish, what else do you need? You need food, you need aquariums, you need filters. It's like 100 zloty to buy one little fish, and then it's like 900 zloty to keep it alive, right? It's a genius business model. And it didn't just sell that stuff. It actually doesn't just sell clownfish. It sold guppies and turtles and goldfish. You know why it sold goldfish? If the aquarium was out of clownfish, parents would buy the goldfish and tell the kids that the stripes come in later. We are mean parents. It's an amazingly powerful piece of entertainment that increases demand for stuff. And this isn't the first time Disney did it. In fact, in 1961, when they released 101 Dalmatians, they actually created an adoption crisis. You see, people watched the movie and they thought, wow, those are the cutest little dogs. I don't know why they didn't realize they're animated, but anyway, they thought they were so cute that they'd get one for their family. Now, Dalmatians are not the best pets. They're very rambunctious and they're not good with kids. So they returned the Dalmatians, and they had a population overload of adoptions. They call it the Dalmatian effect. Let's look at how this works. This is Google Trends again. We're looking at the demand for clownfish. 1 year after the movie was released, it was still almost at 100%. Then it slowly declines when the movie goes away. And then what happens? All of a sudden, they release the DVD, and people want clownfish again. Disney didn't intend to create a moment of inspiration, but entertainment has the power to increase demand for any product or any service in the world in an instant. That is the power of entertainment, because nothing has fueled our consumer culture more than the television brands we love. Valuable content increases demand for the products and services we sell. It inspires people to buy something they didn't know they needed until they saw it in the program. And it's not just films like Finding Nemo. This happens with television, and it doesn't just happen with cute little products. It happens with products that can kill you. Let me ask you this. What do you think could increase the sale of cigarettes? Lucky Strike cigarettes, 44% increase over the course of 7 years. They sold 10 billion cigarettes, and they actually grew faster than anyone else in the cigarette industry. It's the same thing that actually kicked 17 years of decline for Canadian Club. And they've seen 4.3% year-over-year growth ever since this show started to air in the United States. One television show sold cigarettes and really bad whiskey to millions of Americans because it created new moments of inspiration in every episode of Mad Men on AMC. Unbelievably powerful. It can not just sell stuff. It can actually create social movements. There are shows like 16 and Pregnant or Teen Mom, which I know is on here. And these shows have been responsible for a 5.7% reduction in teen births in just 18 months. That's amazing. The show is more successful than government-run programs in the United States. What's even more amazing is that convenience stores have seen an 18% increase in condom sales within 2 hours after airtime for every show. Because Teenage boys watch that and they're like, there is no way. I'll be right back. Television has the power to create moments of inspiration. We need to embrace the power of TV. We need to embrace the power of television to create trends, to spark curiosity, to inspire action, and to grab and hold our attention. That is the power of television. And we have it in an internet age where we can leverage it to extend the journey. Look, we've been on a really fun adventure this morning. We opened a mystery box. We saw some watermelons explode. We checked out Ice Road Truckers. We've watched some commercials, sang some songs. We even talked about fish twice in one 45-minute session. Yeah, it's been fun. But we need to change the way we look at content. We need to look at content as creating these moments of inspiration that inspire people to act. We need to look at television as an opportunity to spark a trend or build a movement. We need to embrace the power of television and understand why it's always worked. It's worked for one simple reason. Television uses the power of curiosity gaps. It's something we can all embrace. All we need to do is understand what they know and what they want to know. I know what you want to know.
679.
Oh, I see your person.
Thank you guys very much. Stay curious. Have a great TV day. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you.